There's a button on your credit card app called Pay Minimum. It's already selected before you even open the page. It's usually the biggest button on the screen. And if you're carrying the average American credit card balance right now, about $6,600, and you hit that button on time every single month without ever missing one, it will take you 21 years to pay it off. Not 21 months, 21 years. By the time that balance hits zero, you will have handed your credit card company more money in interest than you originally borrowed. This isn't a video about people who miss payments or blow their budget on things they can't afford. This is a video about people doing everything they were told to do, paying on time, never missing a due date, and still ending up trapped by a single number buried in their cardholder agreement. Now, to be fair, minimum payments exist for a real reason. They're a safety net. Lose your job for a month, get blindsided by a medical bill, and the minimum payment is the difference between staying current and getting reported to the credit bureaus. Used the way they were designed, for one rough month, they work exactly as intended. This video isn't telling you minimum payments are evil or that using one occasionally will ruin your life. What it is about is the formula underneath that button, the one that decides exactly how much you owe every month, and how that formula is quietly built to keep you paying for as long as mathematically possible without you ever missing a single deadline or breaking a single rule. Here's how most issuers actually calculate it these days. Take whatever you owe, charge you 1% of that balance, then add on that month's interest and any fees. That total is your minimum. Sounds harmless, except that 1% is calculated on your balance today, not your balance from when you opened the card, which means as your balance goes down, even a little, your minimum payment goes down too. You are never asked to pay a fixed dollar amount. You're asked to pay a shrinking percentage of a shrinking number, forever inching toward a finish line that keeps moving with you. So let's do the math on the average balance, $6,600, at the average interest rate for anyone actually carrying a balance, 22.15%. Pay only the minimum on time every month. And here's what happens. Month one, your payment is about $188. Interest alone that month eats up over $121 of it. Your first payment barely gets past what the bank already charged you. Fast forward, and it takes 258 months to hit zero. That's 21 and a half years. Somebody who opens a card today doesn't pay it off until they're old enough to watch their own kid graduate college. And the total interest paid along the way? $11,112 on a $6,600 balance. You end up paying the bank nearly double what you actually borrowed, just for the privilege of paying slowly. Here's the part that makes it worse, and also a little stranger. Congress actually saw a version of this problem coming. Back in 2009, a law called the Card Act made it mandatory. Every credit card statement in this country has to include a box in plain language showing how many years it will take to pay off your balance at the minimum and how much total interest you'll pay doing it. It's been federally required for over 15 years, and it still doesn't work because almost nobody reads a bill past the total due at the top. Your minimum payment doesn't even register as debt behavior. It shows up as an on-time payment, in good standing, no red flags, no missed payment fees, nothing that makes your bank's app buzz a warning at you. You are technically a model customer, which is exactly why this works. And this isn't a handful of unlucky people. More than 27 million Americans are in this exact position right now, making only the minimum payment on cards that are quietly compounding against them. The highest share on record. Since regulators started tracking it, nationally, Americans are carrying $1.25 trillion in credit card debt, a number that keeps climbing every quarter. This is a mainstream, ordinary financial experience, not a fringe case. So who benefits from a formula that shrinks just fast enough to feel like progress, but slow enough to maximize interest? The card issuer does. Every extra month you carry a balance is another month of interest revenue for them, and the minimum payment formula is engineered, quite literally, to stretch that out as long as regulators will allow. This isn't a conspiracy. It's printed in your cardholder agreement, it's completely legal, and it's been the standard formula across nearly the entire industry for years. It's just never explained to you in a sentence that includes the words 21 years. Because technically, it doesn't have to be. There's also a behavioral piece to this, And it's not an accident either. Behavioral economists have a name for it: default bias. Whatever option is pre-selected for you is the option most people choose, even when a better one is sitting right next to it. It's the same psychological trick used in workplace retirement plans, except in a 401k. The default is usually working in your favor, nudging you to save more. On a credit card payment screen, the exact same default is working against you, nudging you toward the slowest, most expensive way to pay off what you owe. Same trick, opposite direction. Here's why this actually matters, even if your balance isn't anywhere close to $6,600. The fix isn't a balance transfer, a debt consolidation loan, or some app that promises to repair your credit overnight. The fix is one number, and it's smaller than you think. Take that same $6,600 balance, same 22.15% interest rate, and instead of the shrinking minimum, pay a fixed $200 every single month. Same starting point, same bank, same interest rate, new payoff time, 4.3 years, not 21, 4, total interest paid, $3,672 instead of $11,112. One decision, made once and never touched again, saves you roughly 17 years and more than $7,400. Here's the part that explains why such a small change does so much damage to the debt. On the minimum payment, almost your entire check goes to interest and only a sliver touches the actual balance. Add even $50 or $100 on top, and that extra money isn't taxed by interest at all. It goes straight at the principal, which is exactly the part of the debt that's been barely moving. The minimum payment isn't dangerous because it's evil. It's dangerous because it's designed to feel like enough when it was never built to be enough. Open your credit card app right now and you'll usually see 3 ways to pay. The first is pay minimum, pre-selected, one tap, the biggest button on the screen. The second is pay statement balance in full, bold, satisfying, the one that sets off a little confetti animation. Both of those are loud. Both are designed to be the first thing you see, but tucked underneath them, usually in smaller text, is a third option: custom amount. No animation, no pre-selected default, just an empty box waiting for you to type in a number nobody suggested. The first button keeps you paying for 21 years. The second one, most people can't afford every single month, which is exactly why they don't use it. But that quiet little box, the one nobody designed to grab your attention, is where an extra $50 or $100 a month turns 2 decades of debt into 4 years of debt. The bank spent a lot of money making sure you'd notice the first 2 buttons. Nobody's getting paid to point you toward the third one, which might be exactly why it's the one worth clicking.